Hey guys, so this is this second video for lesson 12, going through bottom-up assembly modeling, and we're creating a universal joint assembly. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to be looking at here is we can add the pin components to this assembly. So I've got the pin file just here, and what we can do is just open up that file. So just double click, and the file is open here. I'll just click on the tile right to move that towards the right hand side, and we can move this file towards the left hand side. So if we click on the feature manager design tree, we can click and drag that component across to the left hand side. Alright, so the pin is made up of two configurations. So there is a long configuration version and a short pin version. We can click on the configuration tab, and we can actually do the same thing with this configuration. So click, drag, and move it across. Okay, so another way that we can change the configuration as well is we can take the component, and if we have a duplicate version of it, we can change the version which we have. So if I right click, and at the top here we'll see an option to change the configurations format. So at the moment it's at the long configuration. If I click on short and click on the tick, this will change that component to the short configuration version. Alright, so something that might be useful for you is if we press the keyboard shortcut R, you'll see the recent documents which have been opened earlier. So we'll be able to access previous documents here. So that you might find useful for you as well. All right. Next thing that we're going to do is just include those components in our assembly now. So I'm just going to maximize that screen. And the first thing is we want to connect the large component here, the large cylindrical pin, and we'll place it into here. So we'll use the mate tool with that cylindrical face and this surface here to create a concentric relationship. And here we'll just click on the green tick, and also a tangent relationship between this surface here and the surface of the pin. Click on the green tick. Let's try that again. So that face and the surface. It's tangent relationship. We see that it's actually lined up with the left-hand side. If I click on this version here, it will align it with the other side. Click on OK and click on the green tick. All right. So we can do the same thing with the male version of this as well. Okay, so we might also find it useful to hide components. So, for example, we've got this bracket component here, and if we see that bracket and we want to hide it, we can right-click on that component. So I need to be away from the mate option. Right-click, and there is an option which we have near the top here called Hide Components. So this is useful especially when we're doing mates, and we can hide components away. Alright, so we have two pins that we still need to connect in as well. So this surface must be mated with that surface there. 1 and 2, holding control, and mate. And click on the green tick. And then this surface and this surface need to be mated together. The relationship is tangent, and then click on the green tick. Okay, the same for the other side. So this surface and this surface are concentric, and then this surface and this surface are to be tangent, and then the green tick. All right, and now we want the bracket to come back again. So here we can see it's transparent. If we right click and click on Show Component, we'll now see the bracket being indicated here. All right, just one more thing to look at. If we have a look at the component properties dialog box, so if we look at the component and right click, there's an option here called component properties. And this here can be useful to try to look at the component, maybe hide the component away, suppress the component. We get information about what kind of state that component is in as well. So this might be useful for you too. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we'll add another component to the top, another assembly, and this will complete the assembly which we're trying to create here. All right, thank you. See you.